Hello, Oakbank. This is your real estate market report for March 2023. And we are going to go over all the data according to MLS for January, February, March, the first quarter of the year, and compare what's going on. We're also going to take a look at March throughout the previous 5 years and look at what sales look like then. And as you can see from this graph, we're going to do this month by month as we go through the year. And that's going to give you a complete look at Oakbank and what's selling in the neighborhood and for how much. Now, if you were a buyer or a seller, what we do right off the bat, we'd pull 9 months to 12 months worth of inventory and data and show you exactly what the average sale price, days on the market for your particular type of home. But this is just thought to be a fun experiment to go through this month by month and show you what's happening in the Oakbank area. So first off, you had 6 sales in March, doubling up over what sold in February with only 3 and only 1 in January. And that is the norm. As we get more into the spring market, the number of sales go up, the number of listings on the market usually will go up. But when I say that, you look at that, it's actually not the case. There were 10 on January, 8 in February, and 7 in March for active listings. Now, again, that's what I'm saying is the average, and what usually happens as you go throughout the year, you'll see more listings come on. Now, months of inventory, 10 months of inventory in January, 2.6 months of inventory, and 1.1 months of inventory in March. Now, what is a month of inventory? Well, that's a metric to determine the liquidity of the real estate market, and 0 to 4 months of inventory is a seller's market. 4 to 6 months is your balance market, and a buyer's market is beyond 6 months worth of inventory. So when you look at January, it was showing that it was a buyer's market, but you can never just use 1 month's worth of data to determine the market. You need a longer period of time. And that's why we would pull, anywhere from that 9 to 12 months worth of data when we're going over stuff like that. So anyways, months of inventory, you can see where they are. We're right at a showing right now into a seller's market, and the average sale price is, it started at $440,000. That was only one home that sold. Again, doesn't give you accurate data when you're only pulling off of one house. 3 homes sold, you're 718, and now you're got 6 homes sold, and you're 556. Now, the way we'd really do this is pull the data for those 3 months, and add all 3 of those up, divide it by the number of homes that sold, and that would give you a better average selling price. And the more data you have, and the more you divide it out, gives you a better number on it. Days on market, 9, 8, and 21 is what's showing. Now let's pop over and take a look at what did the previous 5 years look like. And this is very typical, the graph, the way it's designed here and the way it's looking in most areas. We are seeing some exceptions in some neighborhoods, but the 2023 March number and the 2021 March number, very close with a spike in 2022. I'm going to use Winnipeg for an example because as I've been talking data and numbers, the more numbers you can put together, bigger area you can pull for, the better your data is. And so if we looked at that, the average sale price in Winnipeg hit an all-time high in May of last year, and it hit at $455,000 for a single detached home, dropping down to all the way every month going down till February, where it bottomed at $375,000, and we saw for March actually do an uptake again to $386,000. So this is, again, like I said, this is very typical of what we're seeing here. And on most months, we're seeing it just go a little bit down here, and then your 2019 number is a little bit lower. But what happened in 2020? Well, that was the start of the great pause, right? In beginning of middle of March, we saw stuff pull right back, and the numbers stop and slow down. So we're seeing this dip in a lot of areas. As we pull April's numbers, I can almost guarantee you we're going to see that, our graph go back to normal like this, the spike, and back down. Something interesting that what we've seen is Winnipeg markets generally go up just a little bit every year, There's only been 3 years in the past 20 years that there hasn't been an increase in the real estate values, but it's always been very slightly. And in about every 10 years, we see a jump or so in there, where here, this is what we're seeing in 2022. And then the following year, we usually do see that pullback. But, within 18 months, we usually see, if we look at past history, this number will be higher than the 2022 stats in 18 months from now. That's my prediction, just going off of the stats from the previous 40 years of looking at Winnipeg real estate data. Hey, if you like our content, reach out to us, give us some love on social media, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or Google reviews. Google reviews help us help so many people. Please give us a Google review. We love them so much. We love you for them, and thank you for giving them to us. Tune in next month for our next monthly report and ask us any real estate related questions. We'd love to have a conversation with you. We'd love to help you in the process of buying or selling your home. Have a great day, everyone.